What would you do if the earth itself rejected what you planted? In an ancient village, a greedy farmer broke a sacred law and planted his yams on forbidden land. But the next morning, every single seed had vanished, and on the third day, a voice rose from the ground itself and said, "You have taken from the earth, but you have given nothing in return." This is the chilling story of the day the earth refused the seed. Long ago, in a quiet land, surrounded by forests and flowing rivers, there was a village called Umuniochi. The soil there was rich and dark. The rivers flowed with sweet water. And the farmers harvested yams so large they could feed entire families for months. But the elders always reminded the people of one truth. The land was not just soil. It was Ani, the living earth. And the earth demanded respect. Because when humans forget that the land is alive, the land has a way of reminding them. And this is the story of the day the earth refused the seed. In Umuneochi, the people believed that Ani, the earth goddess, watched over everything: the farms, the rivers, the forests, even the hearts of men. Because of this, the villagers respected the sacred laws known as omenala, the customs of the land. There were places where no one farmed, places where no one cut trees, places where the earth herself was honored. Breaking those sacred rules was known as Nso Ani, a terrible taboo against the earth, and everyone in the village feared it. Everyone except one man. His name was Okeke. Okeke was a hard-working farmer, but he was also known for something darker: greed. He always wanted more land, more harvest, more wealth. He quietly stretched his farm boundaries into his neighbor's land. He ignored the elders, and he rarely honored his ancestors. To Okeke, tradition was just a story old men told to control others. But deep inside his heart, he had only one desire: to become the richest farmer in the village. One planting season, the priests of Ani had not yet announced the sacred day when farmers were allowed to plant their crops. The villagers waited patiently, but Okeke did not want to wait. He believed if he planted first, his yams would grow before everyone else's. Late one evening, he walked to a place near the sacred stream. The land there was called Ana Ukwu, sacred ground. No one farmed there. As Okeke began planting his yam seeds, his neighbor saw him and gasped. "Okeke!" the man whispered urgently. "Stop this. That land belongs to Ani. This is Nso Ani." But Okeke laughed. "I do not fear taboos," he said. "I only care for yams." The next morning, Okeke returned proudly to his farm. But when he arrived, something was wrong. Every yam seed he planted had disappeared. The soil was empty. Even stranger, the earth looked dry and cracked. Even though it had rained heavily the night before, Okeke frowned. "It must be animals," he muttered, so he planted again. But the next morning, the seeds were gone again, and on the third day, the farm became completely silent. As Okeke stood alone in his farm, a strange feeling filled the air. The wind stopped. The birds went silent. Then suddenly, a voice rose from the earth itself, soft, dry, like leaves whispering in the wind. "You have taken, but you have not given." Okeke froze. "You have broken the covenant of this land." The voice continued. "You treat the earth as a slave instead of a mother, and so the earth refuses your seed." Okeke ran, shaking with fear. Okeke ran to the village. Dibia, the spiritual advisor. The old man listened carefully. Then he took out his Afa divination seeds and cast them upon the ground. The Dibia studied them silently. Then he looked up. You have committed, Nso Ani. You took sacred land for your greed. You planted before the sacred time, and you disrespected the earth. Okeke fell to his knees. What must I do? He cried. The Dibia spoke solemnly. You must restore the balance you destroyed. You must repay what you took from others. And you must offer a white ram to Ani. Only then would the earth forgive him. Okeke sold nearly all his harvest to buy the ram. Before the elders and priests, he performed the ritual. Kneeling in the soil, he whispered, Mother Earth, forgive my arrogance. I forgot that the land feeds me. I forgot that the land is alive. When the official planting season finally arrived, Okeke planted again, but this time only on a small piece of land given to him by the elders. That year, his farm produced just enough food for him to survive, nothing more. But from that day forward, Okeke never forgot the lesson. The earth is not just soil, it is alive, and it remembers how we treat it. In the traditions of Odinani, the earth is sacred. Ani guards justice, and when humans break the balance of nature, the land itself responds. Because the earth is not something we own. It is something we must respect. If you enjoy African folk tales filled with wisdom, culture, and mystery, subscribe to Omar Licha Stories by Blessing, where every story carries the voice of tradition, and every tale teaches a lesson that time will never forget.